It's a cool.
Warning. This show is for adults, by adults, using adult language, role-playing adult situations, and possible controversial topics. No situations or topic reflects the views of the Dungeon Master or the players in real life. You have been warned.
Alright, welcome everybody to the Chronicles of Elftaria, episode 7. I'll unmute in a moment, but welcome. And now let's unmute and see the shenanigans that awaits us.
I don't like playing.
We're now live.
Dick?
Of course. Alright, so who would like to do the recap for last week's session?
I did it for Sunday. Yeah.
My nipples are gyrating.
Which direction?
Right now, south by southeast, but we do have severe storms in the area, so that could explain the magnetic polarity shift difference.
We're gonna die, guys.
Yeah. No true north tonight. Sorry.
Okay, since it's now a running joke of the guy, since it's a running joke now that I do the recaps for every session, I'll give my recount of the session, and then somebody can follow me. Y'all ready?
Sure.
Never mind.
Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see. Who wants to do it? Nobody? Anybody?
We turned in all of our shit and left town after finding out that the invitation was from the king.
Oh! I was on the wrong fucking... I'm okay, hold on. We did something, and then we found out that the person that made us come to the town and meet each other was the king of the area we're in. I can't say anything else. The mayor wanted to meet up with the group, and I don't remember who went to see the mayor.
Basically, everybody but you and Quarry.
Oh, that's right, because I stayed with Corey to make sure he didn't burn down the inn.
Which is ironic, because I refuse to use any fire magic whatsoever.
You'd find a way.
Okay, that's true.
You would try and wash away the wrong acid with water and just set the place ablaze.
Okay, that sounds about right.
We made a deal with darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I got part of my body fucked up because I felt that Abigail was going to be turned and hurt in a way that was not conducive to my friendship with said person. So I reacted in a very poorly manner towards a deity, and all I got out of it was a raging boner because now I want to fuck the deity.
Okay.
Am I forgetting? So and Rod's character put acid or something in buckets, like a dumbass,
and then drank some of it.
And then drank some of it, which was funny to mine and David's character, which I think was Victoria at the time.
Yep, you guys had Victoria all session last session.
Yeah, you did.
We started the session off with the widow.
That's true.
Well, yeah, but that was in another dimension. It doesn't really count.
It does when I'm the one remembering it. It super counts when I'm remembering
okay.
it.
What happens in another dimension stays in another dimension.
Whatever happens in my memory happens, period.
Whatever happened in the dream sequence stays in the dream sequence.
But that's not what happened. I went to a church, even though I'm a monk, and I got holy water, and threatened to kill in a soft way Corey for thinking I was going to steal all the gold again. And I bought holy water and gave it to Victoria and Abby. And
kept the church 200 gold.
I gave the church a bunch of extra gold.
Confessed your sins.
I confessed that I even had the thoughts and the thing with the darkness. That's all I can remember. I don't want to overwhelm myself. That's all I can remember for now.
That's more than what I remembered.
Okay, so you're missing is that the mayor wanted to see you all to thank you all and give you your rewards, and you were also able to get horses for the long trek to, if you look on the map, way up north to Hyamgard Keep, which roughly would take you about 2.5 weeks by horse ride. So we left.
The mayor asked us to do something for him in exchange for that, right? There was something on behalf of the city, behalf of the town.
Deliver a letter.
That's right. I remember there was a string attached to that. It wasn't purely benevolent.
I mean,
but of all strings attached, it's the least bothersome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were to bring word to the church up in Hyamgard Keep to bring priests in order to clear the area that the cultists had defiled.
They were looking for reinforcements, basically.
Yeah. They wanted to reconsecrate the grounds, probably. Who knows? Well, yeah, we ended up with you all starting on a new day, about to embark upon this journey.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I don't think I can eat another bite. Especially since we're going to be traveling today. Victoria says to herself at the table for breakfast.
Well, no, we got breakfast to go.
Oh.
And you're in your carriage.
I thought...
We got them to do the bento boxes for us, basically.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
the
right.
to-go boxes.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, so we could take breakfast on the run.
From the maid whose name you've never inquired about.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then I would just say for the travel, Victoria, for the pretty much the entire day, will not come out of her carriage. And there will be some various serious conversations she's having with herself in several different voices. So she's having one of those days.
Very important conversation going on inside the carriage.
So, which one of the three of us is driving the other cart?
Well, I don't have any proficiencies in it, but if no one else does either, I'm willing to take some reins if necessary.
I mean, they finally realized the entire time the horse has just been chasing a carrot on a stick.
Don't question my methods. As long as it's going in the right direction, that's what matters.
Whatever works, I guess.
Old school GPS.
I rolled so good enough, I'm controlling both carriages. No, that's not how this works? Okay.
I would take that. We could, like, daisy chain the reins. This one carriage falls right in line behind the other.
One carriage to roll them all.
Yeah. Alright, so Oshi is leading. Like, how are you gonna proceed? Are you gonna have Oshi leading with Victoria's carriage and you lot following after on your horses?
I would not allow that. I would not allow that, just so we're clear.
Oh, you don't
I thought we had a cart too.
Yeah, they would be in their cart in front of us.
Alright.
Because I do remember that part. I do remember because Abby shook my... She demanded a new cart and horses to use for the journey from the mayor, and the mayor said yes. Mm-hmm. I do remember that. So they would be in front of us because I would never put Victoria and that crowd in front of everything.
Alright.
Plus, Victoria's yelling at herself anyway.
Yeah.
Which you don't need that coming from the front of a caravan.
Yeah, you save the crazy people for the rest of the caravan.
Yeah, exactly.
I prefer the term convoy.
Almost. Alright, so for the first day of travel, nothing much happens. You're basically surrounded by this thick forest that is the Weldon Woods. Thick forest with it's pretty much, as soon as you exit Hunter's Run, it's like wildlands all around you. Thick bushes, thick foliage and all the like. Sometimes you'll find a break into one of the sides of the road leading somewhere, perhaps to someone's house or a farm. She's situated somewhere within the forest. But yeah, the first day just goes by. Nothing much going on. Evening starts to roll. If you want to try to find perhaps a suitable space for camp, somebody could roll for it.
mean, I'll roll. I'm not
What do
gonna
I roll?
I got shit survival.
Survival.
So.
Somebody
Survival,
who's
you
got
said?
decent survival, roll it. See what.
You got a +5.
So somebody with shit survival will roll it, and we'll wind up sleeping in poison ivy.
There.
All right. So,
I had the highest survival.
All right,
Okay.
so Victoria points to one side, but Oshi, you figure out that if you are to follow her directions, you might end up sleeping in either poison ivy or in thorn bushes, encountering thorn bushes. So you do manage to find a little bit of a clearing, a spot that other travelers have used before. On the road. Yeah. Make camp.
I'm just
Or
doing
you
this
just
for,
can. Sorry.
I'm just doing this for my own benefit. And saying this out loud, I'm going to use day 1 to make acid before we go to bed. With my alchemy jug.
Why?
Because I
Are you
ran out.
thirsty?
Why do you...
Don't you just have to, like, will it for the alchemy
Yeah,
jug
I
to
just
be-
have to uncork it. But I can only do 1 liquid per day, so I'm waiting till the end of the day to do it, and I'm just keeping track verbally.
Can we
So-
steal the acid jug?
It can make other things.
I already tried to smash it. It was not
Smashing does not
successful.
work if you...
Would you rather me make beer tonight?
I'd just rather you not make acid ever. Because you've already acided me in the face once, and I did not appreciate it. So I'm a little skittish around you and having large volumes of acid anywhere near me.
Well, it's not large volumes, it's 8 ounces.
Is it more than 0? Then it's a large volume.
Fair enough. So, I will do... Well, if that was verbally told to me, instead, I'm gonna make a vial of poison.
Okay, so you decide to use your jug to make poison instead of acid after hearing about
Yes.
Abby's concerns with you carrying acid around.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Sounds good.
Would have thought my attempt to spike it into the ground with every ounce of strength I had would have been an indicator of, like, yep.
Oh, it was, but survival. It's one of the most potent things I can do, so...
Alright, so night will roll around. If you want to set up watches or just trust that nothing will happen during your sleep within a bushy forest.
I'll take first watch. With my owl
Mm-hmm.
out. So there's 2 sets of eyes. It's up to the rest of you guys who can take the next, or how many other watches. But I can count for 2 people at least.
This version of Kenku, what's the rules with sleep?
Same rules as what the Kenku's listed as. So like 8 hours of sleep, I assume. Right? You would know more than me.
Yeah, I don't think they have a sleep exemption.
Yeah, I don't think
it's
so
only
either.
constructy stuff and elves.
Yeah. I'm just gonna check.
Well, I'll be on last watch, whatever that is.
Alright, so Quarry first watch, Portia last watch. Who's going to go for a middle watch? Anybody?
Are we just doing one-person watches? I'll take the middle one, I guess, if that's what we're doing.
Alright.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we're doing one person, but I mean, I just chose last watch. If anyone wants to be on it, they're welcome to.
Just the sound of latches latching on the inside of Victoria's carriage.
Like she's locking everybody out of her carriage.
A little squeaky sound as the window rolls up and is fastened shut.
Including Oshi?
You don't ride inside the carriage.
Nope.
That's the thing of it. Is she locking everyone out, or she locked herself in?
Maybe a bit of both.
Yes.
Guess I'll find out in the morning.
Right?
Her with me. I can't do it.
Alright, so Corey, you can roll me the first perception.
I'll roll 2 checks.
Yeah.
One for me, one for the owl.
Yeah.
First I have to look up the owl's modifier. Because they are proficient.
In the night.
And I meant to put +3, so the owl got a 19.
Alright.
And I probably can't top that. But I'm gonna try.
You would have to get a natural 19. Not bad. During your first watch, you don't really find anything suspicious. You hear crickets, ruffling of a wild animal passing by, but other than that, nothing too surprising. Your owl's probably interested about that the little animal it saw carried off into the underbrush, but other than that,
I'll let him do what he does. I'll let him do what he does. It's nighttime. Random fey creatures gotta eat.
Yeah, your watch is gonna end rather peacefully.
Before mine ends,
Mm-hmm.
how is Oshi sleeping? And Abigail?
I'm sleeping where I fell asleep at.
Where would that be?
I'm not telling the person with the poison.
If they see you, you should tell.
I'm sitting on the beginning, the start, where the carriage. I'm sitting on that, sleeping on the carriage.
Okay, so you're sleeping where the coach.
No, I'm sleeping on the carriage.
Oh, he climbed on the carriage and is sleeping on top of there.
Got it. Okay. And Abigail?
If we had a campfire going, I'd probably have my bedroll up next to it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, maybe under the cart, just in case it starts to rain. Use it as like a makeshift shelter.
And you said you had next watch?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll wake you for that and not do anything goofy. Because I couldn't think of anything entertaining to do with those descriptions. As pranks.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah, so you wake me up, I slide out. Yep, okay. Get some sleep, get some rest.
I'll say to her, you got lucky.
But sorry, you were what?
Nothing. I'm tired.
With
That's what I
that,
thought you said.
with that ominous set of words, roll me a perception check.
You gotta think.
Work a little better on your, Jesus. Alright.
16.
During your watch thing, about the same thing, you don't find anything in particular. The road is pretty, clear. Doesn't seem like anybody else is traveling at this hour of night.
Okay. During my watch, I wanna obviously be on watch, but to entertain and pass the time, I'm gonna get Cece out off my belt and pull the flask of holy water out from my bag and just try to see if I can coach Cece to shift into looking like the flask and then back to being a dagger.
Roll me an animal handling check to see if she'll follow your instructions.
Get this going. 22.
Alright, so it takes a little bit to, like, coax her into doing it, but she'll do it a couple times and then shift back into her dagger form, seemingly resting for the night.
Yes. Totally awesome. Totally good. Yes, you did such a great job. You're the best. You're so good.
You'll hear it purr.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how I pass my watch, and then if nothing particularly eventful occurs when it's time to tag in and tag out, I'll get Portia and give a polite and gentle nudge to kind of her foot just to not startle her awake and hey, your turn, tag in.
So you gently wake up Portia.
She wakes up. Takes a seat by the fire.
Alright, roll me that perception.
Yep. Perception.
Just waiting on something. Gotta figure out something. Fuck. Doing something at the same time. Yeah. Oh, okay. Nothing out of the ordinary seems to happen during your watch. Pretty silent.
Okay. Just continue to keep her watch and chill out.
Fucking boo.
Rod.
Fucking boo.
Rod is missing.
And
Computer crashed.
Yeah. Oh, computer crashed back in a minute. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
eventually everybody wake up everybody in the morning.
Alright. Cody, wake. You're all getting waken up.
Are you waking up, Victoria?
I would just knock on the carriage.
You'll just hear, "What do you want?"
Morning.
Sit down. Ghastly things, mornings.
I assume that's not a voice they've heard before.
No.
I'm gonna look down at you, Portia, and wave you off like shoo, get the fuck out.
Like abort.
She wouldn't have stood there long anyway. She's going around waking everybody up.
Yeah,
So
yeah. This is a voice Oshi's never heard before either.
Yeah, but I know what it means when voices change.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like, oh shit, abort.
Run. Get on.
It's here for this. I suppose it's way too large for me.
Whoa.
Alright, so you all eat breakfast, I suppose.
As they're eating breakfast, the door to Victoria's carriage will sort of fly open, and out steps this what appears to be a middle-aged woman with an hourglass figure, and the clothes seem to have been situated to accentuate the curves. She's wearing a corset, a very promiscuous bodice, and she's just going to come out with this long, like, thin smoking pipe. And she's going to take a puff off of it and exhale and just sort of make her way toward the campfire. You know, it's just... there's just nothing for me to wear. When we get to the next the next town, I'm gonna have to do some shopping. My sisters don't seem to have anything in my size.
You trying to come down from the carriage, Oshi?
No,
I just want to remind you, David, and I say this to David more than anybody. I said Sunday I would stop rolling acrobatics and trying to do flips because it always ends bad.
14's not too bad. You managed to, like, hop off the carriage and land on your feet, but nothing too surprising about it. Like, hop. You're not able to do anything quite exciting, but you managed to hop off the carriage.
I didn't fuck up a front flip?
You kinda-ish landed.
Yes!
Needs work. Definitely needs work, but you don't end up on your ass. Thankfully.
She whips her animal tail boa over her shoulder.
Sorry, just got back from a computer crash. Who is David now?
Cruella DeVille.
New person.
He's asked.
Yeah, we haven't been introduced just yet.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I missed that. Sorry.
A very flamboyant character stepped out of Victoria's carriage.
So what's for breakfast anyway?
Shit.
She'll go look in the camp pot.
May just be the bento boxes.
Probably.
Oh.
The to-go
I
boxes
suppose
from yesterday.
She's just gonna look over to Abigail and just kind of like give her this kind of like sarcastic, yet like really irritated face. Just be like, well, I've had worse. I'm sure we all have, haven't we? It's not like we can get room service out here.
Yeah, not really, no. Options are few and far between.
Isn't this exciting, just being out in the woods and roughing it, yes. She kind of like stretches her mouth open into like this creepy smile as she's trying to portray being friendly in some fashion. But really just ends up looking really creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me. Introductions are in order. You've met my sisters, but not. I am the Countess Matilda Yuri Elizabeth Lisa Lindrell Umberstone. And I was nice and put it in chat for you guys.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Cruella for short.
Are you fucking kidding?
No, he's not.
When you said it, it half registered in my brain, and then you typed it out, and I went, "You piece of shit."
What? Previous campaign thing?
No, it spells Cruella.
Oh. Yeah, no, I see it now.
Julia?
Yes?
Camera.
Whoops.
I like your keyboard.
Right? It's a pretty keyboard. I guess I smacked my desk too hard.
Did y'all see what she's doing to us soon? Yeah, did y'all see that?
No, I
Totally.
didn't. I
You
just saw the
cannot
keyboard.
tell my chicken scratch, and they're in French, so good luck. And upside down.
Don't think that'll stop me. Don't think that'll thwart me.
I don't think it
My
focuses enough.
My friend used to send me random words in French and make me translate to see how weird they were, because he didn't know. So, I'm used to translating French.
Cool.
Bizarre.
He was a middle schooler, so was I.
Mhm. Alright, I'm just gonna let that mouthful of a name sink in. I'm just gonna, yeah. Still a little groggy at breakfast. And yeah, I kind of, at this point, I just figure you'll introduce yourselves at your leisure. I'm not overly bothered by it. As long as it's still you and you and you and you and it's me.
You missed about 2 U's.
I ran out of steam.
Fair enough.
The amount of people showing up, I think, just stopped caring at this point. It's like, oh, another one. And another. And another.
Keep smiling at you with that creepy, like, tight lip, teeth, like, her lips just stretched over her teeth, kind of tight smile. Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you as well.
So, what are your skills? We've met and know a large portion of your sister's skills.
I don't drink acid if that's what you're thinking.
I'm just gonna smile and say, jealous.
Oh, God, no. Just kind of like gives a little shimmy, like, something walked over her grave. And just a disgusted look. Oh, not let anything so foul touch these lips, darling.
I now know what my prank is.
Better not be sneaking acid into her breakfast, because I'm gonna...
There ain't no amount of water that'll save you.
That wasn't my idea.
No, I figured not, but I was just preempting.
Smart.
Alright.
I am a D&D character.
So after this idle chit-chat and meeting, the Countess, probably you would all settle back on the road for another day of travel in front of you.
Yeah, go into the carriage. The Countess will stop and kind of like very gently scratch Oshi under his chin. Ah, Oshi. Always the loyal companion. It's so hard to find good work these days, let alone a good friend or traveling companion. I have half a mind that when we get back home, I'll just give you... And her door slammed shut.
Oh, my lord.
Alright. So, you settle on another day of travel about, the same... I forgot the word.
Before we set off, I'll ask, the people in my, wagon. Anyone want to help me learn a spell? I need a person's assistance.
Hell's
I'm
not really my forte.
I'm driving, so you got to count on Portia for this.
What is this spell you're trying to learn?
Your pick. I have 3 options. suggestion where I can suggest a small item for you to do, and for the next 8 hours, or ending it sooner, I will end it sooner. You do one small task. Detect thoughts, where I read your mind. Or mirror image. That one doesn't require you, but it will seem a bit cramped in here as 3 more of me appear.
Well, I would suggest you learn whatever's the most useful to us. I would say to yourself and the party.
That's partially why I asked. Honestly, detect thoughts where we're going might be quite helpful, but suggestion as well.
It may. But, like I said, being one who knows very little about magic.
Well, I didn't want to do anything without the party's permission after accidentally injuring a member. That's why I asked. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, understood. Just gotta be more careful with your magic.
Yes, my aim has been known to be a bit off, and, well, practice makes perfect.
Well, they say if you can't throw for shit, don't throw something.
If only magic worked that way.
Oddly specific thing.
Yeah.
Only specific.
Detect thoughts it is. That takes 2 hours.
Okay, so while you do that, is anybody else wanting to chit chat as the journey progresses along? No, not much change in scenery at this point in time, as you are still pretty thick into the woods.
Yep. I'll just be keeping a watch out.
Every now and then, the light will find its way out the window of the carriage and tap on the carriage, emptying the contents before going back in. That's pretty much the only interaction during riding.
I would want to snap in my familiar and just have doing kind of high circles over us, just as like an extra watch. If they spot anything coming in from a distance, swoop down and give us a heads up.
Sure. What your familiar sees so far is pretty much miles of forests on both sides, and at like the very edge, at your west would be a hint of the sea, and then towards the eastern side would be the jagged peaks, delimiting the border between the Vale and the Wilden Woods.
Not unexpected, just wanted some level of extra view beyond all the dense forest on either side of us, right? We can only see so deep into it before it just gets too dense. So.
Yeah.
When I see her doing that, do you want another set of eyes, or do you want one of us to see up above? Because I can do that while you're driving.
I mean, you can if you want. You're working on learning spells and things. It's just a little extra security blanket for my own peace of mind. I don't want anything sneaking up on us.
Very wise. Might I ask, what's your familiar's name? And
I don't actually have a name for my familiar at the moment. Yeah, I don't have a name for my familiar at the moment.
Name's familiar. There you go.
Non-denominous.
Yeah.
might I ask what type of spirit you summoned?
Go focus on learning your spell.
Just curious.
Detect some thoughts.
I cast.
Think something rude at him. Think something rude at him for me.
I'm gonna use her as my new target.
Okay. So you're gonna cast Detect Thoughts on Abigail?
Yep.
Okay.
I would can you make a wisdom saving throw? Cuz I'm guessing I'll have to probe deeper if I want to find out what type of familiar you summoned, as you're not thinking it when I said that.
Yeah, definitely not. My service thoughts are yeah.
That's a low wisdom save.
That's an 8 wisdom save. That's terrible.
Yeah.
So what type is it?
I don't know.
The three options are Celestial, Fiend, or Fey.
Realistically, it would probably have been a fiend.
Fiend, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I wouldn't say anything and just drop the spell as soon as I learn that. Huh. And make that noise. And I will mark that off the spell slot since that wasn't for learning the spell. That was just for funsies. And so yeah, I'll just chat with the three of them. Or two of them.
So, idle chit-chats, attempts, I should say, by Quarry.
Just be very idle chit-chat.
As the day
Do we have to roll to attempt chit-chat?
There would be, like, at least somewhere along the course of the day, there would be a lean back from me, and I'm like, how many more of them do you think there is in there? Like, that's gotta be, like, they gotta be running out at some point, right?
I've already lost count. Only got so many pages in the journal.
It feels like it's gotta be kind of crowded. Like, I like trying to very much keep it on the, like, I'm not yelling it across so the other carriers can hear us, but just kind of like there's like a bunch of them, right? Like, this is a lot, right?
There's definitely a good handful in there.
Most concerning part to me is they each have their own wardrobe and items. So it makes you think, what's in the inside of that carriage?
A lot of luggage.
Think about that. But yes, we do know there's at least one left.
Couldn't say how many are left.
Well, we do know for a fact that there is one left at the very least. As they have all mentioned one called the girl, and, well, not all of them, but it's been mentioned several times. So, want to put bets on it? How many there are left?
No,
Yeah.
more idle curiosity. I don't necessarily want to make a sport of her situation, condition. Not sure whether it's a good or a bad thing just yet.
Yeah.
Still trying to wrap my head around that. For
Not really something I bet on.
The only reason I thought of it was, well, I want to see what your guesses are. I think at least 5.
Could have infinite personalities for all we know.
That would be complicated.
No one ever said life wasn't.
True.
Alright, so the rest of the travel will be quite similar to the day before. Nothing much to see, just thick forests from left, right, forward, backwards. You probably can't even see the town you left anymore from all the walking you've done so far. So night will fall at some point. I'd say from spending this little time with in the forest, I'd have you all, if you want, roll another survival to see if you can find a decent spot to desaddle the horses and let them rest.
I've got a better survival than me. Wants to roll it.
Yeah, same. Mine's crap.
Whoever wants that can.
Remember that thing about not rolling because you may not have good stats? I just rolled a fucking 3.
Yep. So, oof, that didn't do anything a whole lot better.
I'm wise enough to delegate the things I'm not good at.
Oh yeah, that amazing 4.
So we are not going to enjoy
You
this
both-
evening.
You both rolled 3s.
Alright, so you think you found a proper spot. I mean, it's cleared off enough for you to settle down as. It's not as nice as the earlier spot you had the day before, but you know, you're able to like find enough space to like tie up the horses to a tree, settle the wagon and the carriage, and find some place for you all to set up your bedrolls, tents, and or whatnots, and make a fire possibly.
Countess will emerge once we've stopped for the evening. Her attire somewhat similar yet somewhat different. It appears she had spent the day cannibalizing some of the clothes of Rebecca and the widow and fashioning her own kind of more fitting outfit out of them.
Oh boy.
Any spots?
Oh. Spots of gas. So are stripes, unless you've got my figure.
Oh Jesus.
Alright, so are you all gonna, as you probably make dinner and such, are you going to set watches for the night?
I'll be on the same watch as usual for now.
Alright, so
Yeah.
last watch
Well-
for you, first for Quarry.
Yep. Well, we'll keep the schedule. See, it worked last time.
Abby doing second watch, or somebody
Yep.
else taking second
Nope.
watch?
I got it.
Okay.
Oh, I'll keep you company on second watch.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
Wonderful.
Alright, so as everybody settles, Quarry, I need your perception check, please.
Alright, you got the two of us. The owl got a 12. And I got, I'm scrolling.
Your owl gets distracted by a mouse it sees scurrying across camp. But you're able to keep watch as nothing out of the ordinary happens. wind blows through the encampment, but other than that, nothing too suspicious arises.
Alright, and then on my watch, I'm going to produce oil this time.
Okay.
For my alchemy jug.
Alright, so you do that.
Check that off the list.
As you try your little concoctions and whatnot.
Yep. 2 flasks of oil to throw at people.
Alright, so as your watch ends, gonna...
Yep. I will first wake Abigail, because I want to see this, and I have a feeling she does as well. Your turn for watch, I say tiredly. Want me to help you wake the Countess?
No, that's okay. I'll get her. Head off to sleep.
Okay, and then I'm gonna lay down and try and pretend I'm asleep so I can watch this.
Are you gonna stay awake?
Just for a little bit.
Okay.
Not the entire time. I just want to see the beginning of this.
Trying to peek.
Okay. You're in your carriage, I'm presuming? Yeah. So I'll go over and just give a nice kind of soft knock on the door, trying not to be a total jerk about it, and I don't want to wake everybody else up in the process. So just a nice little tick tick on the...
I'm away. You'll hear some crashing around inside of the carriage.
Oh.
The door will swing open, and her hair is tied up in ribbons, kind of just sticking out all over her head as she's trying to put some curl into it, so it's almost like this little hairy Medusa thing going on top of her head. She's wearing a robe, and her eyes have these big black circles underneath of them, and they're just kind of sagging, like she hasn't had enough sleep. She has a bandana around her head, and she just comes out of the carriage and almost trips and falls as she steps out, and you notice she's holding a bottle of wine and 2 glasses in her hand as she just kind of stumbles her way toward the fire.
I looked like that before, actually. Yeah. Anyway, seeing that stumble out of the carriage over toward, I'm just like, gonna be a very long watch. And head over behind, follow behind, close the door to the carriage quietly, try to not to make sure it doesn't slam, and then just kind of head over and sit down and so what we're on watch, right? We're gonna be watching.
Right, of course we are. The wine starts going into the glasses. Here you go. It's thirsty work.
I think I'm sipping.
She's already pouring a second one. That first one was gone.
Oh wow.
Okay, so Kim, you're gonna roll me a regular check, and David, you're gonna roll it for me at disadvantage because you're drinking heavily.
Damn right I am. Hey, that's a 7.
That's a 9.
Yeah, I'm getting drunk, and you can see almost as well as the other person, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
So, Abby's totally distracted by the spectacle that the Countess is getting drunk.
You see this,
my attention.
You just see her kind of looking into her wine glass, trying to catch the light of the fire. She pokes at the bags under her eyes, and she pokes one, and you just see it kind of tighten up, all on its own, and the collar fades back to normal skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After I see that, I'm gonna go to sleep.
He seems to be making adjustments.
An interesting trick. I use that myself some mornings. What is that?
It's just something we do.
We do?
Oh, yes. Well, me and my sisters. Although I doubt you'll be seeing Rebecca or that ghastly widow anytime soon. See, they were naughty and they've been put in prison. It's so exciting. So I get to come out instead.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed that they were a little unruly, everyone thought. And so they're getting spanked for being naughty. And, of course, you know, I had to be me.
Naturally.
Bringing a little bit of... But she just sort of, like, looks at you. She, like, takes another big drink of her wine. There's a bit of responsibility and wisdom that they were lacking.
Sure, of course. Naturally. So, the way you talk about you and your sisters sometimes, like, is there like a tribunal thing going on in there that you get to vote each other into timeout and like how does that work for you guys? I'm just
Well, we can all communicate with each other as we need to. But generally, we all like to stay in our own little places. But when the needs arise, we can all meet together and decide important things.
interesting. There's just like a plurality thing. Does somebody's vote count more than the others? Is there like a majority shareholder?
Well, I mean, the girl, yes. Ultimately, everything is her decision as we exist to protect her.
Hmm. Well, yeah, that you mentioned that before, or
Of course we have.
a couple of you have mentioned that before, not necessarily you. As y'all are quite protective of her, is it how much trust would I need to earn to have an opportunity to meet her in particular?
You're asking the wrong person.
Oh, that's fair. That's
I've been sitting here debating on whether or not you're trying to think about stealing that wine glass when you're done with it. But that's the way I think. I think in worst case scenarios, like, how awkward would that be? And then I'd be upset, and then you'd be upset. And then we'd be in this, like, really awkward battle, waking everyone up, hinging on the doors of death. Who needs that drama?
for stealing a wine glass.
Well, you know, it's just an example.
Oh, sure.
My function is to assess risk.
Oh.
So during that conversation, Abby, as Countess is just drinking heavily and distracted, you see movement from the corner of your eyes. A little bit.
Was that a hint to me now?
Yes.
I'm gonna walk right in front of the Countess and look her in the face and go, and then walk over to Corey and whisper something in his ear, and then scurry back to my perch on the carriage.
What? Just hiss at me?
No.
Shush. Shush.
Oh, shh. Oh, okay.
Did I just hiss at you at Cruella de Vil? No, fucking no, I didn't.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna have a new boa tomorrow, and we're gonna have one less feed.
Jesus.
Would that wake me? Or do anything to me as I'm asleep?
Since he's whispering, I don't think you'd get anything but a weird feeling. Probably.
Okay.
It's like whispers something in your ear.
Do I say what it is?
You can tell it to him if you want.
If
If you
you want. If it was
up to you.
imperceptible, you don't have to.
that's I whispered something in his ear. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey,
You can leave it at that if you want. Up to you.
Okay. So the movement that I saw out of the corner of my eye, that was...
that was him coming over.
Oh, was she going by? Okay. Otherwise, things seem relatively chill.
As far as you can tell from having this pretty animated discussion with the Countess, things are pretty silent. Pretty normal.
Okay. So, about, like, how deep into our watch was that bit with Oshi? Is that...
Towards the end, I'd say.
Towards the end? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna have to... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll just keep rolling. I was gonna rewind, but no, we'll just keep this going in time. Okay, yeah, so that happens, and anything else, or is that our watch kind of winding down?
Your watch kind of comes to an end, and it'd be probably time to wake up Portia. Do you even want to care about rolling a con save for your character, David, to see how...
Oh no, she's going to stay in the carriage all morning anyway, so she can just stay passed out.
Picked up on the sleep after.
You might wake up with one hell of a headache.
I'm sure she can handle it.
Little hair of the dog. But once we start getting to the very tail end of our watch, I'll give the Countess an out. Like, you don't have to stay up to get Portia kicked in. You can head into the carriage and call it a night. I'll, wrap things up here and just kind of try to be kind and sort of escort her back into the door of the carriage.
She'll do that thin lip smile at you. Of course, that's so kind of you, though. I'll let it never be said that Countess Matilda, Uriel, Elizabeth, Lisa, Lindelle, Umberstorm doesn't pull her weight.
Never. Would never cross my mind.
Exactly. But having said that, she's going to walk off toward the carriage anyway, just like, yeah. Walks face first, like into the carriage door, staggers back a few paces. Who closed that? And she'll open the door and then go back into the carriage and slam behind her.
Oh my god.
So once she goes into the carriage and calls it a night, or a morning, as night still.
Oh yeah, it's still night.
Instead of going and waking up Portia, I'm going to... Where is Quarry sleeping?
I would probably be right by the fire. Like, not right by it, but a little farther back.
Okay. Sorry. I actually have to do a thing that I don't normally do, and take a deep breath real quick. Sorry. Okay. So then I'm going to go up to where Tori is sleeping, and take the immovable rod that I have out of my bag and put it right over his chest and click it into place so he can't move, and then hand over his mouth, and I'm gonna punch him in the chest as hard as I can.
Okay, roll for attack. That is gonna wake Quarry up. I do believe. Jesus Christ.
Natural 20. Shit.
Okay.
So that'd be
That's a crit.
That's
Yeah.
a crit. Ooh. So
would
it's
5 double to 10?
okay.
That's a third of my health.
Yeah, so you take 10 damage as you're startled awake by Abby just punching the shit out of you.
Yeah. So it just
Hand over your mouth. So you're like,
And I slam into the bar.
probably bruise the kidney or something. It might be peeing blood when you wake up in the morning. But hand over your mouth so you can't scream, and just lean in closely and just give you a, you stay the fuck out of my mind. And because detect thoughts, when you probe deeper, the person knows that you did it.
Yep.
So, and just make that very clear, and then pull my hand away from his mouth, flick the rod, and then go and give Portia a slightly less kind, but still just kind of a kick to the foot of like a, your watch, and then go and blink myself to bed.
no
Okay.
rougher awakening from yesterday's, but
Slightly rude, but not aggressive, but just a little less kind of a kick to the foot and get up.
She'll get up. Take her place on
Curiosity
fire.
will... Sorry, curiosity will kill my character.
it might.
Oh, it's a guarantee.
But yeah, roll me that perception check, Portia. You. If Oshi is still awake, you're gonna take a point of exhaustion because you have not slept your full rest.
What? Yeah, I did. I slept until I woke up. It's the same thing I did 2 nights in a row.
If you sleep till the middle of your night, that's not enough sleep for your character.
And then I went back to sleep for the rest of the second watch.
Okay, that means you stay asleep until the end of Portia's watch
Yeah.
to have your full rest. So you don't have to roll perception. Okay, so yeah, you don't really notice much of anything during your watch, Portia. It's pretty boring, probably. Like nothing interesting happening, just sounds.
Boring watch is a good watch.
Sure,
Usually.
most of the time.
Don't know, in her mind, a boring watch is always a good watch.
So the night will pass, nothing seemingly out of the ordinary happening. And the sun will start to rise above the tree line at some point. It is now morning.
Go around, wake everybody up.
Would I regain said hit points since it was in the middle of my long rest? I don't know how that would work.
If you get, if you get startled
I would
away.
say no. I would make you use hit dice. That's just me.
Because you took first watch, and then I broke your sleep in the tail end of the second watch, so there's no way you got a full long rest out of that.
And the thing I did.
Again, in my opinion, that's not.
You
my
might have
ruling
to
to
take a nap in the wagon.
I will do this. I'm going to say to Abby, I'll drive, and then take out my alchemy jug and say with one of the empty water flasks, here, use this one. Do you uncork it?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna give you
I'm not
my.
understanding what you're trying to.
I'm offering I'm giving a peace offering. If you open the alchemy jug, a certain liquid that's a gift will come out.
Okay. But
Booze comes
that's
out.
acid.
Booze,
Beer.
ale comes out.
ale comes out. Okay.
So. And I'll drive for the day with my 10 hit points.
Missing.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually have 10 hit points. I said the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because of a typo.
Portia, when you knock on the wagon to wake up the Countess, you're just going to hear a little bit of crashing on the inside, and then a wine glass is just going to fly out in between the slit in the curtains of the window and just fly past your head and shatter on the ground, and there's going to be silence in the carriage once more.
Oh yeah, before I forget, I need everybody who had slept on the ground last night to roll me con saves.
Remember doing this to you and Cunning Limited.
Maybe.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so only Abby and Quarry slept on the ground? You didn't, Portia?
I would have slept on the cart.
Okay. So, Quarry, you feel fine, but, Abby, you feel really itchy this morning. Oh, no, wait. Wait, did you sleep on the ground?
Yeah.
Wait, I need you to roll me a con save then.
I did. I failed it. Rolled an 8.
Alright, you just want to roll, both of them at once.
Wait, what?
Okay, alright, so you feel really itchy this morning and, the start of a headache coming in? But yeah.
One was for the alcohol and one was for the poison ivy, right?
One was
Hang on.
for the poison
Hang on.
ivy, the other one was for something else.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
I need you to roll me a public con roll.
Okay.
Con save.
It's whispering. That's why.
Yeah, it's okay. You still feel a little bit of an itch starting to come from your back, probably from where you've slept last night. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just doing a lot of this. Just, I hate roughing it. The whole day, just I got my staff, but I'm scratching myself with the.
But yeah,
clawing into my
poison
back.
ivy. All right, so the day will start. And you can embark on another day of journey yet again.
We get going on that day, and the itch settles in, and I get a half-decent guess at what may have been the cause. I'm just gonna shout at the other carriage and be like, Countess, you don't happen to be one of the cleric EUs that could maybe do a thing for this thing? And then you peek your head out the window, you just see me with my staff, full on, back scratching, just a big giant, just scraping it all across.
The door to the carriage will fly open. And you'll see the Countess like holding a handrail on the inside and kind of like half hanging out with a glass of wine, trying to drink it as she's talking to you. She's like, "Oh, sure, darling, I can take care of that for you. Just get close enough so that I can touch you."
Whilst the carriage is moving?
Yeah, she's like holding on to a bar. Kind of like when you ride the bus and you hold onto the bar and you're standing.
But you're still
shit
drinking?
handle.
Yeah.
Strap hang. Just
Yeah, I don't know what they look like in Canada. But here they're usually bars.
I'm
that you
just
hold on to.
wondering, since you're like, you keep on frickin' drinking, if I should have you fucking roll me a deck save to see if you don't
Risk of
tumble
falling
out
out?
of the fucking
She's
carriage.
not heavy drinking, she's just day drinking
Day
right
drinking.
now.
Oh, okay.
you can't drink all day if you don't start early.
Sure.
But yeah, so if that's the response, Corey, I know she'll be like just up alongside, and I'll just kind of like lean my ass off the side of the cart, try to get in within arm's reach.
As you do so, she'll just kind of like shove her wine glass in your hand so that she can have her hand free as she's kind of like holding on and leaning out the wagon to touch you. She will touch you and cast Lesser Restoration.
So you feel the itchiness fade away as you are lesser restored.
Awesome. And I hand the glass back. I'm like hanging out, and I hand the glass back over. Like,
She'll dramatically take a sip of it. Well, now that I've saved the day, and she'll just like use thaumaturgy to slam her door back shut and then go back to whatever she was doing in the wagon before that.
Lean myself back up. I'm like, okay, good. You can slip back in line if you want to, or whatever. Corey, thank you. And oh boy, that was not so good.
Whatever that was, I think you might owe me for that. I don't know what that was, though.
It's just tending to some business. It's just kind of, every once in a while you need to get a good healing. It happens sometimes. You sleep in a weird way, get a kink in your neck,
Get punched in the
pull a
chest.
muscle in your back. Yeah, these things happen.
I mean, you could try to guess with a random medicine check to see if you can fathom.
Oh, I definitely am curious.
To see if you can maybe
Diagnose
what
her
happened.
previous issue.
maybe try like, she was itchy, might have slept on something.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
no.
definitely wasn't subtle. I mean, I was
9.
full on scratching away. So
She must have slept on something. You're not sure what, but
Yeah.
does not seem pleasant.
it was not fun.
I miss my intelligence-based medicine checks from my previous character.
That'll teach me.
Lol.
But yeah, it's,
Alright, so the day will follow along. You're starting a little bit. Seems like the forest is starting to clear a little bit as you seem to approach the edge, or the start approaching. Yeah, initiating the approach to the edge of the forest. It's still a little ways away, but it's giving signs of, oh, might clear out soon. Yeah. Journey progresses, nothing much happens.
As the forest starts to clear, I'm gonna send my familiar up and keep an eye out to see what's next.
Your familiar would spot in the distance about half a day away, half a day away, not quite sure, a small village.
Okay.
Like right
I would
at the edge.
I would say it to my wagon, and then I'd yell it to Oshi.
Look
That
back.
information that We're halfway away from a village.
We're halfway away from a
Half
we're
a day.
Half a day? Okay.
Yes.
A day,
I
half
heard,
a day.
I heard half away. I was like, wait, what?
Like,
So
let's
we're
go.
2 days out, 2 days of travel, 2 more days to a village, or?
You're on the third day, currently.
Yeah, we have two days behind us.
Yeah. 2 days behind, 1-ish more in front of you, and you should get to another village. As you know, you've not noticed these other paths leading off-road, but with how thick the forest was, pretty much a gamble, guessing where it might end. Yeah, forest starting to clear up as you near the end of your third day. But you can be pretty certain that the next night you should probably have the chance to rest, possibly in an inn or at a bed and breakfast kind of thing. Depending on the size of the city.
Maybe not a bed, but not ground.
Maybe a stable. A barn. Yeah. Night's gonna fall. Gonna spare you from the perceptions, checks and watches. Nothing happens. Similarly during the night. And, you arrive on the down of the 4th day. And get on with traveling, I suppose.
Day 4, I will, ask if Abby can, drive and learn mirror image while we're driving.
As the cart is moving along the road, it's gonna be a little trickier for you to, cast mirror image because it's in a cramped space a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, you can still do it.
Yeah, probably takes 3 hours instead of 2, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Once I kind of learn the spell, I'm going to cast it and have the 3 of them run alongside it and then slowly be outpaced. Because they have my movement speed.
Why are you doing that to your poor mirror images? That's so mean.
They're me! It was just as a gag.
Fair. Yeah, but about midday, you do, see, a village in the distance, and you come near it. It's a small, village at the exit of the woods. Doesn't seem like it sees, much, travelers these days, but seems hospitable enough. So,
when we get to the outskirts of town, if there was something to if it's even large enough to have something called outskirts, I'm gonna ask, anyone have any ideas, where we are?
You guys know where we are?
Countess will pop her head out the window. You know, I've always thought it's more important to know where you're going than where you are. Because you could just be any old where, but to get somewhere else, you've got to know where you're going.
Yeah, but they do say it's the journey, not the destination.
They also say we're stopped and we don't know the name of this place.
I don't know. It just occurred to me. How could I not have thought about it before? You could always ask someone who lives here. I'm sure they know the name.
I was just curious.
Well, I don't know.
I don't live in this country.
Well, I don't either, darling.
Fair enough.
that's kind of a DM question. Like, would any of us actually know the area enough to have a vague idea of this village, or is that because it's?
I think Portia might have came at least once or twice. She'd have to like dig her brains a little bit about it. But
on the road from bigger city to bigger city.
Yeah, because that's like a small town, so they might have stopped. You might have stopped on the way to either Hunter's Run or the Heimgard Keep. But you would know, after a bit of digging, that this town is called Little Ivywood.
Oh, Ivywood. Okay. Does it have that name for any particular reason that I know?
Oh yeah, because there's a bunch of poison ivy in the vicinity.
Oh, great.
That explains what she slept in.
It does, actually.
Could have used this information yesterday.
It's fine.
Welcome to the town that I refer to as Little Poison Ivy.
Don't let the locals catch when you say that.
At least you have me with you. I'm just like your own personal walking bottle of calamine.
Yes, but I do want to make sure I'm not abusing that privilege unnecessarily.
Of course not. And she'll lean in like she's like trying to whisper to you, but she's just gonna say in the same tone of voice, "You're one of my favorites."
I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Like
still
blink
working
out,
on that myself.
just gonna like blink out in the light as she gets out of the carriage and looks around. Do I see an inn or a bar or anything useful in this town?
You see a very small tavern-like structure.
She debates on whether to go in the tavern or back into her carriage.
What do I remember when I came to this town?
I mean,
What was it like?
It's pretty average, pretty decent. I mean, it's a bed you can sleep in. It's not like super comfortable, but hey, a bed's a bed. You wouldn't be sleeping on the floor.
What about the people? They're friendly, off-putting, indifferent.
Most of them are pretty happy to see travelers come by, so they're pretty welcoming. Some of them would try to get you to either buy the foods that they made, or offer you some cloths that are of poor quality, sadly. Things like that. You'd be ushered like, oh, I have this to sell. I have this. From back and forth.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna stay here, I'm gonna go see if there's any rooms available. I don't know about the rest of you, but I could use a bed. That's not a cart.
I would agree. Portia, are there any shops around here?
Basic shops, general store, some small merchants. Probably nothing spectacular.
I'm just gonna poke around and wander a little bit before going to the inn. See if there's anything worth noting.
I'm gonna follow Portia to the inn.
Make my way to the inn.
Alright. You make your way to the tavern. There's a couple patrons in there.
Alright. Well, I'll look for the tavern keeper.
Alright. The tavern keep is roaming about in the between patrons currently. Takes a few moments before heat settles back behind the bar. It's a half-elf gentleman. Gray hair. Seemingly youthful. Hard to tell with half-elves. Gonna greet you with a hearty hello, welcome.
Evening, sir. You wouldn't happen to have any rooms available?
Oh, rooms? Yes, I have 3 rooms available. As for the moment, for tonight.
Okay.
That'll cost you about 10 silver each. Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll grab all 3 rooms just in case people want to get in one.
Alright, so he'll hand you the 3 keys of the 3 rooms available. It'll cost you 30 silvers total. Yes, the meals are indeed included within the price. Should you be in need of a warm meal this afternoon or tonight.
I could definitely use a meal this evening.
He nods, hands you the keys, smiling.
Alright. I will even take the keys.
Alright, you got the keys.
Alright. And then, what time is it? Is it like dinner time, or is it still a little early, or?
It's about... It's midday, so it's probably like lunch time.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go up and check the 3 rooms and pick the best one of them.
They look about the same.
I'll still pick whatever the best one of them is.
You pick the one you think's the best. Probably one of them has a window, the other 2 might not. There you go. You pick the one with the window.
Alright.
Alright. While Portia does this, what is the rest of you doing?
I am gonna pop by the general store and see if there's any other shops.
You get hollered at along the way, with merchants trying to peddle you their wares. You arrive at the shop, the main shop. How do you call it? The
General store?
general store. Yeah. There's not a whole lot of things of interest. It's a pretty humble town, it seems.
I need to pick up a water skin because I gave Abby one of mine.
Okay.
Just popping in, so I'll pick one of those up.
You should be able to find one of those water skins, although of a questionable the
quality.
Craftsmanship is of a questionable quality. But
Perfect.
you should
That's
be
just
able,
what I wanted.
should be able to find another water skin. Probably cost you a couple coppers.
Alright, find a couple coppers. Like 3 or...
About 5. 5 copper.
Okay. Cool. I will do that, and when I examine it, I'm like, perfect! I now have an exploding water skin. So I will head to back to the inn.
Alright.
And ask, is anyone still in the lobby-ish tavern-y area still, or?
Yeah, there's a few patrons enjoying a meal and a mug of diluted ale.
Countess would be there, continuing her day drinking.
I'll sit.
I'd be in my room waiting for dinner.
Keeping the 3 keys to yourself?
Well, for now. No one else followed me to the inn except the Countess, and she just seemed to be there to drink, so.
Alright.
I'll just sit next to the Countess waiting. I'll order 1 ale, and that'll be it.
She'll drink for like another minute or so, and then she'll kind of like glance over in direction, like, "Oh my! You shouldn't sneak up on people like that, darling."
Sorry, I never really thought of myself as sneaky.
Oh, that became the depth of me. Drink a wine.
Alright, so yeah, I'll just sit down and wait for the rest of the party to come.
Should they
Well,
decide?
just waiting to see if we have rooms or not. I'll ask that. And
Oh, well, the Countess was like, "Oh, yes, Portia took care of the rooms, I believe. She didn't give me any keys."
then I will wait here with you. And do so.
Wonderful. She'll do that, stretching her lips across her teeth, kind of smile at you again, and just go back to drinking.
Alright. Oshi, are you doing anything in particular?
No, I'm with our carriage.
Oh, you just stay in the carriage letting the Countess in the inn?
Oh, I always take care of the carriage when
Okay.
certain people are out.
Alright. Oshi stays with the carriage. So, you're all enjoying your time at the tavern /inn. Finding
before heading to the inn with everybody else, I just kind of want to take a lap around the town. I'm presuming it's pretty small, just kind of get a feel.
Oh yeah, it's
for
a very small town.
Vibe. Like, does everybody seem in good spirits, or is everyone kind of melancholy, or are they shifty-eyed in each other as we walk through? Like, I don't know. What's just kind of the vibe of the general village folk?
As you walk around town, they seem like they get by fine. There's a little bit of melancholy, but you can probably chop it out to the fact that maybe there's not as many travelers as there used to be, for some reason. So, on that side of things, the village might have taken a bit of a hit, commercial wise, as they're like a fairly small town and probably don't have a lot of wandering merchants to keep the money going. But they seem to get by just fine. Most of the merchants that you'll probably encounter would still try to like get you to buy some things with, forced happiness and like, oh, I have this things perhaps for you. Like really trying to get you to buy something.
You said it would, like, with the size of the town, the general store and stuff was fairly sparsely stocked. They don't have like a ton of stuff.
No, they have like the bare minimum.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not the greatest of quality either.
Yeah, polite declines all around. And oh no, I'm okay. I got all the stuff in the wagon. Thanks though. And then eventually circle back in the end. I just kind of wanted to pick up if there was anything off about the town in particular, but everything seems a-okay. So I roll back into the inn and sit down at the table that everyone else is at, and it's kind of like a little place. Seems nice enough.
Yeah, one of the things you might have noticed that there doesn't seem to be many guards or at all, I guess, would be something that strikes you as, just like villagers and merchants. Just doing their due diligence. But
yeah, I'd probably would mention that just to. Yeah, it seems like a nice enough. It doesn't really have like law present. They don't have like a sheriff or nothing. And it seems a little.
So many of these towns usually only have maybe one or two people that carry out justice. It's usually some noble that lives a bit out of town that handles everything to posse someone.
That's fair. Just being so on the road, right? You'd think they might be at risk of needing it more than others, but I don't know. Maybe they're just lucky that way.
I mean, living where they live, surrounded by ivy, seemed pretty fortunate.
It's a deterrent.
Maybe. But yeah, time will pass, and it would be getting closer to lunchtime, so Portia would probably be seen coming downstairs. Right?
There she is. You could ask her about the rooms.
Yeah, whatever the next meal is, I would make my way down.
Alright. So you see Portia coming down around dinner time.
Portia, how many rooms did we get?
Well, we got 3 altogether. I've got 1. I toss the other 2 keys on the table. And there's 2 other rooms for people that want them.
I think I'll be fine sleeping in the carriage.
The carriage is probably going to be more comfortable than these rooms.
I thought it might be. I just wasn't feeling the energy being good here.
I'll take a room, and if you want to tell Oshi he can share with me, I'd be happy to.
I'll tell him, dear, but I doubt he'll go no further than 5 or 10 feet from that carriage all night. He's a very dedicated friend.
Well, I wouldn't want anyone to sleep outside when they don't have to, so.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed or not, Dolly, but he is a giant lizard. He kind of likes it out there.
Well, it'd be rude not to offer.
Of course. Lips stretching across teeth as she smiles at you.
And I'll drop it then. And I will, when we're done eating, I'll do something, but besides that, good.
Alright, so they will, carry out, dinner. It's like an assortment of low game meats and a little bit of bread of a little bit on the drier side. It's alright. Nothing too spectacular.
What I expect from a place like this.
Yeah. Like, they're doing their best, but times still be hard.
The Countess will pick, like, the meat off the bread, but just completely avoid the bread. And if anybody looks like they're noticing, she'll just it goes straight to your thighs.
So, after I'm done eating, I will, go up to who's ever out there and, ask them, so I was, We are just passing through, and we have some provisions on us that may be valuable. Would you care to buy any vinegar, honey, or mayonnaise for your inn?
He seems a bit shocked. Like he wasn't expecting that kind of question, so I mean, do these preserve fairly well? Should I not find any use for them?
Well, I wasn't sure what kind of goods you stocked. I just thought I'd offer while I was here.
That's fairly, fancy stuff you're offering me there. I fear, don't know if the common folk would, buy into it.
No vinegar?
Sure, I could indulge that a little bit.
Well, I have 2 gallons on me, so name your price.
Can like look at you over, trying to figure out where the hell you stock your 2 gallons of vinegar on you. Like a bit confused. Well, it depends what price you'll try to have me pay for those.
I'm feeling generous. How about you name your price?
2 gallons. How about 5 silver each?
$7 silver each?
3 silver each?
I'm gonna smile and say 8.
4.
Well, I'm feeling generous. How about we compromise on 6?
He'll think for a moment. Sure. I'll hand you your 12 silvers for the 2 gallons.
I'm gonna look at Abby and go, what just happened?
If that was a thing that we observed occurring, I am just like absolutely dumbfounded in that. Like I'm just like looking at that transaction, both sides of it, just going.
I have no idea what common goods cost.
I mean, doesn't seem like he knows either. From what you've just encountered.
The only services I've sold are magical ones, so I have absolutely no idea. So
he might have never fucking purchased vinegar for all you fucking own.
Just in that moment, it was very, very like from the sound of things, the Countess is right there with me. We're just looking at each other
like. Would I notice them?
Since you're back to them, probably not.
Oh, wait, sorry. They weren't saying that out loud. Never mind.
I mean...
It was just gesturing.
Well, I mean, there's, like, at least some chatter there, but we're not, like, yelling across the bar, like, what the fuck are you doing over there? Like, it's very much just like, are you seeing this?
Do you...
Am I crazy? Like, what?
By any chance... By any chance, before I accept your payment, because I would not want to give you goods you can't store, do you happen to have 2-gallon containers for me to put it in.
Sure, I should have a barrel or two somewhere in the back store. In
Perfect. I can make that for you right now.
Alright.
And I'll take his money.
I take his money. He goes to fetch a barrel that would fit roughly 2 gallon of the vinegar for you to pour it in.
Yep. And I will use the alchemy jug for the day.
Alright. So you use it for vinegar.
Yep, 2 gallons of vinegar.
There you go. You have successfully gained 12 questionable silver from somebody who might be experienced at haggling. Alright. So, after this whole shenanigans, night will possibly roll. So whoever wants a room can has it. As Portia did purchase 3 keys.
So, as we spent the majority of the rest of the day in this common room in the tavern, it would probably be obvious to everyone as the time goes on, the later it gets in the evening, like the more tired, run down, and just older the Countess looks, like her eyes begin to like sagging and getting dark circles under them. But she's just starting to look more and more just ragged for wear. She kind of sends up, "Well, darlings, I think I'm going to retire for the night." Toodles! Toodles! And she will make her way out to the carriage in Ocean. She'll let Oshie know, the one that drinks acid, the rock boy, Quarry. Yes, Quarry. That's how I remember his name. You know, the giant rock bits. Just gonna kind of like tilt her head at Oshie. Anyway, he said you can share a room with him if you want.
No.
You'll kind of like scritch under your chin again. I didn't think so, but I told them I do. You know me, I'm a lady of my word. Whoosh, back off into the carriage. Latch, glitch. Giant lizard sleeping on top.
Before we go to bed, how much did you pay for our rooms, Portia?
They were gold each.
I pay her back for mine.
Appreciate it.
You paying her in the questionable silver?
Nope, I'm using a normal gold.
Okay.
Not gonna be a jackass and pay for my room with the guy's own money. Kinda seems like a dick move. Anything any of you know how to make with various liquids from this jug, or how to sell them? I just got the bright idea to do that a few on the spot, and, well, I have no experience whatsoever dealing with normal goods.
It's always a good time to learn. Because that was atrocious.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing.
Anyways, it's getting late. I'm gonna turn in. You all have a good night.
There's
Good night.
there's a third key on the table for.
Yeah, I'll snag it
Yeah.
if the Countess is gonna use her carriage. And get some sleep.
All right.
Oh.
So make my way to the room and secure my room, and then go to sleep.
Now that Portia left, I'm gonna say to Abby, why don't we make a deal? Since I obviously have been making poor decisions what to do with this, and I tap the alchemy jug, why don't at the end of the day you decide what I make with it?
It's your jug, man. I don't make what you want to make with it.
Well, I just thought I'd offer.
No, that's just. I mean, it's yours to do with what you like. It just, you know.
Also, do you have any tips for haggling or know the price of common goods? Please help me.
I mean, not in those quantities. I don't typically deal in gallons of condiments. But
I don't either. I have literally no idea what I'm doing. The only thing this thing makes, I know how much it costs, is poison, acid, and booze.
Okay,
Oh,
so how much ale can you make?
I can make... Let me double check so I have my numbers right.
Mm-hmm.
A gallon of wine. And 4 gallons of beer.
Damn.
It's...
And what's the like? Do just you're a wizard. You're a smart guy. Do some. So if you can make that much beer, and it costs, you know, how much you like, just kind of like, come on.
I know how much those cost. It's things like honey and mayo that I don't know. Just weird items. Like, I don't know why a magic jug would make honey or mayo. I get it, it's sticky and slippery, but what besides that? And if you're going to put acid in, why would you need vinegar? And you could put something like holy water in.
And you can't just make holy water, right? You gotta. It's holy. You can't just alchemy that stuff up. You gotta get some divine intervention in there. You need a divine jug, right? Like, I mean, this is just basic stuff, man. Call yourself a spellcaster? You think you can just?
I can.
Alchemical up some holy water like that?
According to my tome I found, it is possible for me to make holy water, but it loses potency after a week. So, it's not real holy water, but facsimile.
Yeah, whether or not it would be as effective as the real stuff, that remains to be seen.
Oh, it's more effective. It just lasts 10 days. In theory.
Right. So...
Well... I'll just say to Abby, thanks for the assistance, and I'll go off to bed and secure my room.
So Abby, you're on your own at your table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, if everybody else is heading to bed, I'll take that third key and head off to sleep too. I have a reason to stay awake.
Alright, so as everybody goes to bed, we're gonna take a 5 to 10 minute break, like a bio break or whatever you want it to be. But yeah, break time, and then we'll keep going after that. Huzzah! Ow. Come here.
Does anyone know what those items actually cost? I could not find it in the player's handbook or DMG.
No. I mean, a lot of times that kind of stuff is just very discretionary.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, trade goods account for booze, but that's about it. Oh well.
For a gallon of vinegar, probably about the same price as the same weight in salt, I would say.
Okay.
So you'd be looking at 5 coppers a pound. You really like rip that guy off if he gave you real silver.
Yep, seems like it. Well, in my defense, I did say name your price and then haggled a little bit up.
Yeah, you said name your price, and then you haggled him up from an already overpaying by an exorbitant amount, and just, like, that's why I was like, what are you doing? What is this transaction? What are you doing?
I wanted to see what his offer was before since I didn't know either. Okay, but also, why mayo? Why is that in an alchemy jug?
It's one of the, I don't know, it's one of the 5 sacred sauces.
We'll go with that, I guess.
Yeah, there's like those, what do we call it? In cooking, there's like a couple of...
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
You know, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of the word, but that's the thing in the thing.
Mother sauces or something? Isn't that what?
That's what it was. That's the word. Maybe it's one of them, and I just don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea either. Online, I've seen player stories where they greased an movable rod with mayo. But that's about the only thing I've seen players do in combat with it.
I mean, it's not really a combat material, right? It's,
No.
Somehow this party did it. They didn't actually say what the situation was, but that just made it more curious.
What did I miss? Did I miss anything?
Nope.
No? Oh, shame. I got a new list. Oh. Well, yeah. Is everybody except David back? Roll call. Aegon. Russ. I don't think Aegon's there.
Nar?
Nar? You almost made me lose my shit when I saw you type that in chat, lady. Jesus Christ.
What?
Who the fuck taught you guys to haggle? And I was like, oh my god. Keep it. Keep it. Keep face straight.
I, as a person, know how to haggle. My character doesn't.
I do not believe that at all in this. I do, like...
I don't know how to haggle.
I will believe it when I observe it.
I'll be truthful. I do not know how to haggle. That is not one of the skills I've learned in life, sadly.
Which, I mean, fair. If you haven't had a lot of reason to do it, it would...
I have never done it, but I've seen it done many times.
So you don't know how to haggle?
I've never done it, but I've seen it.
So he has an inkling of a suspicion on how to do it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of the goods you actually haggle on, I've never paid full price for. So, yeah. Furniture being the big one. Sad. That's ending Sunday.
What? Furniture haggling?
My great uncle's furniture store is finally closing down at Sunday.
Oh.
After 70 years of it being open.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's kind of sad, but... And also kind of disturbing that my Nana's words were, for the first time in my 80 years of life, I might have to pay full price for furniture. And then she shivered in disgust.
Yeah. Did nobody want to take over? Or
what?
Just hard times for the store?
Oh.
He's getting old.
Oh.
And basically.
Mm.
And his daughter can't do it.
Oh.
Plus she has her own business. She's a travel agent.
Mm.
A very successful one, so.
Nice.
And also works in the furniture store on top of that.
Mm.
But yeah. My great aunt actually is writing a paper for a book for the Minnesota Historical Society on Jewish people in southern Minnesota, as there aren't that many of us. And so just detailing where the families ended up and their history and what businesses they owned. It's quite interesting. I've read part of it. I mean, our family's in a lot of it, but it's interesting. Because she's an actual historian.
I forgot that about yourself. Oops. Because I remember you telling me before, and but I just now remembered that we were fucking around with you and Aegon about that, and I was like, oh shit, that's right, he's Jewish. Oops. Like, slipped my mind for a moment. I don't know if that sounds bad or not. Probably does a little bit.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of furniture stores in the history of said paper.
Huh?
It's quite interesting.
Waiting on Aegon or David.
Well, half is back.
Oh, Aegon's back. Okay. Alright. So, we'll go back to the D&D overlay. Morning comes. For those that slept either in the carriage or on a bed, morning arrives. You start waking up one by one, probably. Sadly not by the usual yummy aroma of foods. As from yesterday's experience, it seems like the food is pretty bland here. Yeah, it's morning.
So that's why the alchemy jug has mayo.
Maybe. But yeah. Morning arrives, you wake up, you go downstairs to normal ass breakfast with, eggs, not quite fresh bread, or maybe it's overcooked, who knows, hard to tell at this point. Fairly simple breakfast this morning. So, what wouldst thou want to do?
Well, shall we be going?
Yeah.
Nothing else to do here. Let's get on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Before we start packing up, I'm gonna ask the guy I sold the vinegar to. We're on our way to Heimgod Keep. What's our next town on the road?
Your next town is probably on the border. Kinda like scratch his head a little bit, seemingly trying to remember. I do believe it's called Old Norbury. It's it's a couple days out north of here. Almost nearly on the border between the Wilden Woods and the Resin Heights.
Thank you. I appreciate the information.
It's slightly larger town than here, as they probably see more travelers these days than we do.
Alright, I'll just wait on the rest of the party to see what we're doing.
We're just heading out. We're just packing
Yeah.
up, loading in a carriage, cutting a cart, and hitting the road, and onwards and upwards.
Pack up and move out to the next town.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hiya! Alright. So, as you settle to travel, let's see. For all you've heard, from, the Guildmaster from the Hunter's Run, you don't really see that much, of the unrest he's talked about when you were down there. Everything seems pretty clear so far on this side of the coast. As far as those past 4 days have been. So you settle down on the road. Don't cross anybody on the first day of travel. Night would roll. If you decide to set up watch or just sleep it off, up to you. but nothing much will happen on that night. And on the, if I'm counting right, the 6th day of travel, you would be noticing that the trees have been starting to get replaced by fields, and you can spot in the distance couple farms dotting the landscape here and there. Yeah, pretty chill travel along. They would settle around, and that you'd be able to make your way fairly easily to the border without much incidents.
Can I just retcon something quick?
Sure.
That day I probably would have tried to learn suggestion and practice on my familiar.
Mm-hmm.
So I can just check that off the list.
Does that even make sense? Because you can tell you're familiar to do well.
It's a creature. I'm just guessing. I don't want to practice it on a party member. That won't end well.
After what happened to Abby? With Abby? Yeah,
exactly my point.
I think Abby's the calm one of the group.
Yeah, you should try it on Oshi and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for TPK.
No. Okay.
Aren't you the one who said they don't want their character to die?
Alright.
So if we throw down, I don't think that's gonna be the outcome.
Nope. I know that too.
Alright. So you'd manage to be able, after roughly 2 days of travel, to get to the town that the innkeeper did mention to you. It's a much larger town than the one you had left a couple days prior. Bustling, and you see a couple guards marching around the vicinity, making sure everything's going alright. Yeah, you arrive at Old Norbury. Wasn't that name of that the guy gave y'all? About early in the day, I'd say, on the 7th or 8th day.
Okay, well, that morning Victoria would have emerged from the wagon in all her glory. And as it had been so long, in her words, since everybody got to catch up with me, she is going to sit up in the front of the carriage with Oshi so that she can talk to whoever's sitting in the back of the other wagon as they follow along all morning long.
Alright,
probably
who would have the pleasure?
Or Corey. I would imagine I'm back to driving unless we're still tagged out on that. But I'm like we are.
Yeah, I'd probably be towards the back of the wagon.
I probably am near the front.
Portia it is then. Sorry, Portia, you've been targeted by Victoria.
Oh boy.
You guys are doing girl talk all the way into town.
Oh boy, I'm sure that's your cup of tea, right? Alright, so you travel about an hour and a half before entering the town. So Portia, you do enjoy an hour and a half of girl talk with Victoria, which is probably either refreshing or enlightening. Totally. Yeah.
Now this would be in the part of the country that I know, correct?
Right before. You're like right on the border.
But this would be a place that I probably would have been before when setting out on travels.
Oh yeah, you've stopped here before.
Yeah. Well, Victoria will take charge and say, "Oh, there's just a lovely inn in town here. I slept so well the last time we was here. And you know what? Oshi actually slept about a half an inch off of the door the last time we were here. Now he would not admit it, but it's a very it's a very pleasant town, very low crime rate, very respectable."
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a good town
Yeah.
to stop in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what the name of the inn was, but it. You know how sometimes you just wake up in the mornings and you just feel like you're just not running at full speed?
Yeah.
I feel like I've been drinking for a week.
Well, travel does have that effect.
Like, oh my. I just thought of something. She's just gonna kind of like have this duh face on her, like, you know, she had a complete brain fart, and she is just going to touch her forehead and let her restoration her hangover away.
There you go. Like, duh.
So what is the name of the inn? Or do you want me to make it up?
Let's see.
Or let me make it up.
I'll find something.
Okay. Disappointed faces, disappointed.
It'll be the Thankful Helmet Bar.
Okay, the Thankful Helmet Bar.
Yep.
Is that right next to Definitely Not Becky?
Who knows? Who knows?
The clothing supplier.
Hey, guess what? Maybe the Tavern Keep is named Becky. Who knows?
Hey, maybe. Oh my god. All right.
They're all Becky's.
I would explain to them in front of me. Well, I would tell Portia to relay it to Abby directions to the that place, the Good Helmet.
The Thankful Helmet.
Yeah, the Thankful. I'll never remember that.
The Thankful Helmet.
Even in my notes, I will not remember.
The purple helmet.
Sure.
Purple helmet.
A thankful. It's thankful.
It's thankful for being on someone's sweaty head.
Totally.
That's what I heard too.
Helmets, the Secret Service of Armor. They're ready to take the bullet for the guy.
Oh no.
That game was too gold for me to pass it when it appeared. I was like, fuck yeah. Well, yeah. You managed to make your way to the Thankful Helmet. It's a fairly nice looking inn at first sight. Way nicer than the one you had spent your night to a couple days ago. Yeah. See a couple horses in front drinking the water. There is a stable on the side for those that decide to stay the night. Yeah.
Oh, she do be a dear and just let me out. Let me off out front here. Then you can get the wagon situated, and I'll see you inside, okay?
All right.
All right. I'll hop off the wagon and head into the inn.
Alright. You step into the familiar inn. Pretty big inside. spacious, well kept.
Well, Victoria in all of her regal glory shall glide across the common room floor over to the bar and very lightly and gently slide up onto one of the bar stools and sort of flick her hand out the fan unfolding as she begins fanning herself. Well, it's been quite a minute and this place hasn't changed one bit.
Well, of course, we pride ourselves on keeping the establishment as spotless as one might.
You know, that's why I just came here and I told all of my companions that this was the place to stay. As I told you I would when I left the last time.
You flatter me, Lady
Umberstorm.
It has been quite a while since I've seen you around these spots.
Please, Lady Victoria will work. We're friends. But I've got some companions coming in. We're going to need a few rooms if you've got them available. And I'd like the same room I had last time, if that's possible.
Oh, yes. It will, of course, be available.
Okay. Are the rooms still 10 gold a night?
I mean,
like completely, she has no concept of money, the lady don't, so, you know.
Well, yes, to keep such an upkeep of such a spotless place as this, we do have to keep.
Well, all right. And she'll reach into her purse and she'll pull out 40 gold coins. What? This is for 4 rooms. And she'll slide it over, and then she'll take out a silver coin and put it on there, and that's for you.
How kind of you, Lady Victoria.
Well, I do my best.
She'll take the gold, put it in the little lockbox that she keeps her monies in, and hand you the 4 keys. Now, if there's anything I can do for you, please do tell me.
Oh, you know I will.
Have a most gracious day in our most pleasant inn.
You're just an absolute little peach of sunshine.
Oh,
yeah, I don't even know what that means.
No, I do not know what it means.
Well, said it anyway. And then I will glide back out of the inn with the keys in hand, looking quite like Victoria is looking victorious and acquiring everyone a room. Now, it was a hard haggle, but I got us all a room. They're really nice here. There's one for each of us. Well, one for me and Oshi, and one for each of you. I went ahead and covered it. Don't worry. And she'll pass out the keys. And if you need anything, you just let the innkeeper know, and they will make sure that you get it. You don't have to pay for a thing. It's all covered.
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna ask her, any shops in town or anything worth checking out?
Oh, I don't know. This town's much too small for me to shop in it.
Alright.
Jesus. At least she's being honest, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, can't fault that. Well, I'll head in and pick up. Oh, wait, did she give us the keys or?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will ask if anyone wants to explore town with me.
You know what? Been cooped up in that carriage for some time, and I slept a little bit before that. So you know what? I think it'd be good to stretch my legs. I'll be more than pleased for you to escort me around town. Just one moment, please. And she'll open the carriage door and she'll reach in and she'll get something and she'll pull out her parasol and sort of open it up so that she doesn't get too much sun as you go to look around town.
Fun.
Alright. So what kind of shops do we have?
Oh, in this town you have wider arrangements of stores and a little better quality items. You have a clothier, like tailor, you have a blacksmith, you have kind of like an arts and crafts kind of store, it seems like. You also find a general store, not quite a magic shop, but you do find an alchemist that might have some magical things, maybe. Who knows what you can find sometimes in an alchemist's den. But yeah, you find most of anything you would find in a decent sized town. Except the magic shop, for some reason.
We should go in that alchemist shop right there. You know, my dear daddy, before he died, and he used to have an alchemist that would come every few months, and he would make me this special concoction, and you would drink it, and you would burp bubbles. It was the funniest thing. I wonder if they got any of that here, any bubble juice. Just like gonna like latch onto your arm and kind of like pull you along with her toward the shop.
Well, I'm not going to say this, but that's where I was going to request to go anyways, so I'll just follow along.
Okay.
I'm going to look at just a little shocked she's clutching my arm, and then go on, and like, oh, okay.
Well, you were escorting the lady through town, so...
How that goes.
Yep.
Yeah, I just never know what to expect with that character.
When she goes in, she's not even gonna ask for any bubble juice. She's gonna ask for like any healing potions, anything that helps with infections, like cure disease or cure poisons. And see what other kind of specialty potions they might have.
Alright.
I was gonna ask for anything fun.
You do find a wide range of health potions. Like minor, I'm trying to remember what health potion.
Minor, lesser.
Greater, superior.
Yeah, greater, superior.
I think they'd have up to greater. They would have a couple of the minor restorations, although they're going to be a little on the pricier sides. The more specific you get. And novelty items. Let's see.
Yeah, and how much are the potions for the healing and the greater healing?
Have to check. Looking. So, which one are you looking for? The regular ones?
Regular ones and the greater. Because you said those are the two the shop had.
Okay. Regular and greater. I'm trying to... Right, the regular one would cost you 50 gold pieces per.
Right.
I would buy one.
The greater one would cost you 100 per. And if you go for the superior one, there's only like 2 of them. They would cost you about 200 per.
All right. So
I'll mark off 50 gold on mine.
I want to buy 5 greater healing and 10 healing. So that should be 1,000 gold.
So 5 greater and 10 reg.
Yeah.
So
We're cleaning this poor guy out.
Yep. I mean,
Did you say any of the novelty stuff or combat-ish stuff?
Trying to. You have to give me a moment, Hermia. While I'm looking at this, what are the rest of you doing? I'm gonna like try to look this up for you.
You said it's like a bigger-ish town, but still not a big town, right?
It's a decently sized town, yeah.
Okay. Is there like a farm supplies store? Since you said we were starting to pass some farms, like a place where you would buy like feed for different kinds of animals and basic sort of things of that sort. Like, I'm assuming there's not like a pet store in town, but more of a like livestock supply.
Oh yeah, you'd easily be able to find that as past this area. Well, at least Victoria would know, but leading up to Heimgard Castle is mostly farmlands.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you'd easily be able to find a quite large store for such things.
Okay, I would want to stop in there and just try to get like treats for Cece, like some kind of like little meat cubes or something for when we're doing our practice sessions to give us treats.
So like, not like jerky or like treats, kind of.
Yeah, like like a meaty treats, like little cubes of jerky.
Yeah, you'd be able to find different ones. Like there's some that are like beef flavored, lamb flavored, stuff like that. Would cost you like roughly like 2 silver per.
For what?
Well, okay, I misspoke. Like a bag of it would cost you about, like a small pouch of it would cost you about 5 silver, let's say. Like there's not a lot in there, but still like a decent amount.
Okay. So I'll buy a couple bags of different flavored ones. If it's jerky, it shouldn't boil or go bad super quick, so I can just pick up like 2 or 3 pouches of it to hang on to. And then the other thing I'd want to do, if they're blacksmith in town that deals in more than just horseshoes and basic, like if somebody actually does armor and weapons and things?
Yeah, you should be able to find the blacksmith. He's pretty does pretty much a bunch of stuff from farm tools to weapons, sometimes armor. Decently skilled blacksmith in town. So what would you look for? Exactly. Anything specific? Oh, you're typing.
Yep.
My bad, I'm trying to do like 2 fucking things at the same time.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That was my fault for getting
did
onto a
this to
thing that I
myself.
had to just kind of want to ask them some general questions, kind of pick their brain on like how hard it is to do that kind of thing. If it's something that you gotta like just go, oh, just hypothetically, if somebody wanted to, is that like a thing to you? Just very trying to come across as asking like academically.
They'd probably tell you that only the dwarves in their land of Dorasgarn would be able to play around with that kind of material.
Oh, sure, yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense.
As it's
okay,
a very
cool, yeah,
like niche.
Yeah.
Like he'd be like, but like if you come across any of that material, I'll buy it off for you.
No, I just it's just always kind of curious. But yeah, good to know. Thanks. And just kind of leave it at that.
Alright. Yeah. Alright, so if we pan back to Corey and Victoria, the uncommon item you would find in that alchemy shop is like it's a carving of what looks like a dog. It looks like the carving of a puppy, and it's like a pale material.
How much is this?
If you ask the guy, he'd try to get 500 gold of it.
500.
What is?
Yeah. Go ahead.
What was
First, before I springboard off her question, can I buy a vial of alchemist fire? I think that's 25 gold. I can't remember.
Let's see.
It's an equipment, it's not a magical item or anything.
Just trying to see if I can... Yeah, 25 gold.
Okay. That's what I thought it was, I just thought I'd ask quick. And then I'm gonna ask him, what is it?
That is quite an interesting item, you see. Once every 2 days, this tiny figurine can become a tiny mastiff for up to 8 hours.
Do it. Out of character, I'll do it.
Damn.
That's all it does.
I mean, do you know what mastiffs can do?
Well, I know what a raptor man can do. Does that count?
It can attack, it can knock people down.
Will
It's able
Will it
to handle its load.
Will it play fetch with my lizard man?
Sure.
I'll take it.
Alright. So you get the alabaster puppy for 500 gold.
And I'm going to give that to Oshi. I'm giving Oshi a pet to run free with in the fields every 2 days or something.
Yep, every 2 days for 8 hours you get a tiny mastiff puppy that can inflict one damage from biting, and knock people prone for you.
It's a powerful puppy.
I just want to tell y'all, I just want to share with y'all that I just cussed out my son because of David, so congratulations.
What?
I'm sitting here listening to y'all, and I hear.
Why?
Because I just got a fucking puppy, and he finds it amusing.
You got a puppy.
A puppy that within 4 rounds can kill a commoner. Think about that.
So I got draw.
Yeah, all I need on Sunday is something to trigger the Dragonborn's allergy, and you got a whole inn full of dead people.
I booped the snoot.
Hey, Kim, bring a puppy or a cat with you for our party on Sundays. Thanks.
No, not the animal. Shit.
Do I get to name said puppy, or is Victoria naming it?
No, that's all yours. Every 2 days, you get the raptor frolic with a puppy for 8 hours.
You get a mastiff puppy for 8 hours.
You're so fucking welcome.
I think you made his night. All right.
We are going to name the dog Fontenot.
Fontenot?
Fontenot.
I don't know either.
Like that? That? That how you said it? That's what I heard.
Fontenot. Yeah.
Fontenot.
Oh.
Is
okay.
that French or Cajun for something that I'm not aware of?
I think that's just a French name.
Oh, okay.
It's a very strong Cajun name. I would add an X, but yes, that's how you say it. Fontenot.
Fontenot. Nice.
Next question for the alchemist is: does he have a potion of haste? Potion of speed?
Let's see. Potion of speed? Let's see. Does he have your potion of speed? He only has one.
Which is it?
But he does. It'll cut since I fucking tossed my necklace on the ground. Since it's pretty rare and the material from it are like extensive, which he'll let you know. He'll ask 450 gold for it.
Okay.
Because that's pretty hard to make.
But he's definitely going to give me a discount considering I just bought all of those other potions, though, right?
Seems to think about it for a moment.
And the figurine. Just think if I got a good deal and decided to buy even more stuff.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I have DM question.
It does not specify, so I guess you can you can decide, I guess.
just because this is going to be a permanent thing here in our group. Miss Abby, is it a male or a female or something better?
I'm gonna use my lucky.
So, Jesus Christ.
There, I'll take the 22 on persuasion. My lucky worked for once.
It's a little dude puppy.
It's gotta be a dude puppy, Russ. You'll think about it for a moment and say, you do have a point. How about there's 250 gold for it? Sound more perhaps suitable.
That is an amazing deal. Thank you. Bless your heart.
Christ.
I'm done shopping.
Oh. Yeah, I got what I wanted, so I'm good. Shall we head back to the inn?
Oh, yeah. Well, here, she's just gonna, have you carry all of the potions.
The big bag of potion, clink, clink, clink.
And she's like, and when we get there, I'm gonna give you one of the graders and two of the hill, and just for being my good helper today. Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
And before we
get back to the inn. Oh, sorry.
Go
ahead.
I was gonna be a smartass. No, disregard me.
Okay. And I guess when we get back to the inn, everybody else is there, right? Nobody else went anywhere other than me and Corey.
Abby went to the blacksmith and the livestock store.
Mm-hmm.
So she might not be there right as you all come back, but if you give it a little bit more time.
All right.
I'd eventually circle back in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody in the party is going to get one greater healing potion and two regular healing potions. Right. And when she hands you yours, Abby, she go, and I put a little something extra special in there for you too. And it's the potion of speed.
Oh! Oh shit, you get your puppy.
You see the name?
No la me.
No la me.
Then I'm going to pull out this little Mastiff-like figurine. Oh, will you come here, darling?
I'm gonna... Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Hold on.
What are you doing?
God damn it!
Okay, what are you doing?
Backflip off the top of the carriage again.
You fall on your ass.
God damn it!
You're gonna take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
How come I have fucking +6 and can't roll above a 12?
Cause the dice are not liking that initiative of yours.
You know what's more impressive? You keep rolling 3s.
Yeah, I know.
So if any of my companions see this happening, I'll just look at them and go, he really is getting better at it.
Remember to add to your sheets your health potions, and you put your 1 point of damage, Ocean, from that fall.
Not doing it. I'm on strike.
Okay.
I don't know how many hit points I actually have anymore.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll explain after.
Oh shit, you're just gonna have to get up if you want to talk to me. I am not gonna talk to you like that. It is just ridiculous. Now get on up.
I get up and I dust myself off.
Now, this is for you, and you got to take good care of it.
What are you handing me?
Yeah, I'm handing you the little alabaster Mastiff figurine.
It's an alabaster puppy Mastiff figurine.
Now, every 2 days, you can activate that and summon a little puppy to play with.
I start pressing on it immediately. Trying to activate it.
so you activate it, and a little puppy. You're gonna see the figurine activate and shimmer, and you are now holding a puppy in your hands.
What does it look like?
And
yes, I'm making you do it.
A blue, a blue-colored mastiff, a blue-furred mastiff.
You know,
With
sometimes I should never teach. Sometimes I should never teach Julie about Louisiana culture and shit. David, she hits me. Huh? I hold it in my hand, and for the first time, if anybody's standing around except for Victoria, I show true emotions on my face, and I kind of put it up against my snout and say Nola May in the weirdest voice you've ever heard. Not creepy, just weird.
Well, ain't that cute? Victoria will just head into the inn.
The puppy kind of licks your nose. Looks happy. Like, so for the next 8 hours, you have a little doggo.
Yay!
Gotta take care of it. Abby has a mimic, you have a doggo. A magical doggo, once every 2 days.
I got the pet raptor. I think I'm winning. Mimics got to get bigger first. Then. You know.
Hey, wait till 6th level, guys. I can top all ya.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that Victoria's pet tanks for you.
Right. Right. All right.
When he's in the mood.
Right.
When I'm not trying to catch things on fire. That's true, but that's not the point. Yeah. That's not the point.
Pyromaniac monk.
I'm gonna, when I get back to the end, and if Abby's there, I'm gonna... Is Abby back at the end?
Yeah, I'd wind up after the 2 stops that I made. I'd be back at the end. Oh.
I had a thought for you.
Hmm?
Did you stop by the blacksmith?
No. Why? Was there something you were hoping to pick up?
Well, I had a thought about training your mimic to be a weapon, bigger than a dagger.
Ooh.
Are you just saying that in front of everybody else? Just gonna make sure.
I'm just gonna say it quietly while I'm next to her.
Okay. Just making sure.
Like, what if you paid... Basically, if you paid the blacksmith off, you could borrow the weapon in the store and try and train it without actually having to buy the weapon you wanted to use. That was the thought. Because I figured you might want to train your mimic more, and this might be the best way to not buy the item you want it to turn into. Just a random thought.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I do. We're still starting small, not trying to rush. You know, don't want to put too much pressure on it. The dagger turned into a flask and then back. And little things for now. We'll step
flask? Up. That's new.
Yeah. We're keeping things small, not pushing her too hard. Just don't want to rush it.
No, it's just an idea.
Yeah, no, it's
half price for an item, and they get to keep the item, and you can train your mimic. Just an idea. I don't know what weapons you favor, but I just thought of that while I was out shopping.
I'm not sure the blacksmith would enjoy having the thought of a mimic in his shop, but hey.
Well, that's a... If you grease the palms the right way, you know, who knows? Also, if I had a different spell, you could just lie and say it's a construct.
But yeah, but that's a whispered conversation.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Because if not, you're getting...
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna talk about a mimic loudly in public.
Yeah.
I have a decent wisdom score. I have some common sense.
Just a little bit. Just a sprinkle of it.
I
Just
have
enough.
the average D&D player's character's common sense, and that's about it.
Explains a lot.
I heard that.
Alright.
Yeah, so that was my thought.
Alright, so with all your little shopping spree, it's probably past lunch by this point. A little past lunch. But you'd still be able to get to the inn and grab a meal and then do some more inquire about the town and whatnot, probably. Some stuff. So is there anything else you lot would like to do with the time?
I just think Victoria'd probably spend the rest of the day relaxing and enjoying a day off the road and some relative comfort.
Great comfort, by the way. Alright.
Well apportioned comfort.
Huh?
Like, nice. We're in a nice place. We're staying in half decent conditions.
Pretty decent, yeah. It's pretty. It's what you totally see as what Victoria would claim as most acceptable lodging. It is, after all.
She seems to love it here. Yeah, she seems to love it here. They give her such a good rate on the rooms.
that she thinks.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Y'all lounging away, doing what you want.
I'd probably try and do some shopping in the afternoon after everyone has gotten back.
Alright, what would you be looking for?
Seeing if she can get some higher quality armor.
Ooh.
Or a weapon.
Can try. What kind of armor is it?
Well, she likes to stay light, so some kind of magical studded leather at this point for her. That's what she would be looking for.
There wouldn't be any kind of magical. It'd be since there's no like magic shop, in that town, there wouldn't be magical studded leather. They'd be just like higher quality, but normal studded leather. Not like in.
She's already got that, so. So if she doesn't find anybody that makes magic stuff, then she would probably just head back.
Alright, so you head back. Nobody else. People lounging about. Evening will swiftly ride by as you enjoy this off day of travel in this relatively peaceful, although bustling town. You do notice that the food here is of exceptional quality. Like, Victoria did pick one of a great place to stay. Who knows what she paid for it? Yeah, food's amazing. Evening will roll by. Yeah, people probably go to bed, and as the sun shines up on your 9th day of travel.
Before we go to bed,
Alright.
I'm gonna ask everyone if they want to help me with an experiment. Or at least observe with me. If anyone's interested.
What kind of...
Now that we're in a fairly decent place and we have some funds, I bought a vial of alchemist's fire. And I have some other liquids that I haven't tried with my spell book to see what it shows. So I was thinking of trying a few. If anyone wants to join me and see what happens.
Stick around just in case you set something on fire. Somebody
Well-
might get a burn healed or something.
Would be like, you're gonna be like outside in an
Yeah.
alley around the corner. You're like, okay,
Outside, put book in a bucket, trying alchemist fire.
Oof.
Yeah, I'll come I'll come see what's what, but that it'd be like 30, 40 feet away and behind something. But yeah, no.
It's smart.
And Victoria will be even further back behind Abigail.
I just
like-
kind of look over my shoulder like, yeah, no, I.
Parasol comes out to give us some extra splatter protection over top.
You're not doing that anywhere around me or my puppy or the carriages, right? Okay.
No.
I don't
No,
have
I'm
to
like-
kill you tonight. I'm just saying.
No, like I got the alchemy jug ready to put out the ensuing fire. Like, I know this book can't burn because it's magical. That's the only reason I'm even trying this.
Mm-hmm.
So, I am literally pouring a liquid of the opposing element on my book and seeing what happens. So this should be fun. And I'm not pouring the entire thing. I'm only pouring a little bit, a few drops.
Droplets.
Yeah, like if eyedroppers existed, I'd be using one.
Mm.
And if they do exist, I probably still wouldn't use them because it's alchemist fire.
Yeah, then melt.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm
Unless
pouring
it's
a few
like
droplets
glass
on.
one, I guess.
Yeah, who knows? So I pour a few drops on, and seeing what happens. If you got an idea, otherwise I can make something up.
Well, since it's of the opposing element, your book might not enjoy that, and as you see a bit of sparks coming from droplets, the book's just gonna like shut down and be like, enough of your shit.
Sounds about right. Well, I'm going to check that off my non-in-the-book list.
The book is displeased with you.
I'm going to now soak it in water, as the bucket is pour water in the bucket from one of my water skins, because I was fully prepared for this to happen.
Now I wish it would have happened around me so I could pee it out. Damn it.
Pee on the
I've
fucking-
already tried that type of liquid, okay?
You've never tried dinosaur piss.
Not dinosaur piss, just you know,
Okay, well, I'm a
normal
dinosaur.
piss.
You're a lizard.
Just
I'm literally, we made me a raptor. That is literally a dinosaur. Don't retcon me, damn it.
People
I was-
don't know better.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. He's never tried lizard piss then.
it's a bit hard to extract. So, and I'm gonna take the book out and gonna take my alchemy jug and try. I was like, alright, this one's safe now. To the people behind me. This one should be safe for everyone to watch closer.
Alright, what are you
And I'm
pouring
gonna
on it?
uncork the alchemy jug, open the book,
Hmm?
and pour poison on it.
Nothing happens. Just got
Well, worth a shot.
you got the slimy substance sliding off of your book now.
Yeah, I put it back in the bucket, like trying to avoid touching the poison, and that works however well you want it to go.
Since it was only on the inside, can just
Yeah.
dunk the book and like.
Well, that was worth doing. Thought I'd try that while we're in a town and not in a moving vehicle.
Yeah, you just splash everybody with poison. Nice.
No, I'm just like dipping it like I'm carefully putting film or whatever you dip in liquids. Never developed film, you can tell. So, yeah.
Mm.
I thought I'd try my little experiment. And that's it for me for the day.
Alright. So, you see Corey put his stuff back, empty his bucket somewhere safe, probably, or put it back in his water skin, whichever you wish to do.
Yes, I would not put the poison water back in my water skin. I mean, I definitely thought about it, but then realized poison water wouldn't do anything worthwhile.
Nah, it's diluted poison. Well, I mean, depends what kind of poison, but yeah.
It's the one that does 1d4 poison damage.
Oh yeah, that shit's nullified probably if you.
Oh yeah, totally. There's no way that'd do anything.
Yeah. Like, oh, that
there's
water
no chance.
tastes funky. Probably about it.
Yeah, they puke a little and then they're done. It's food poisoning. Actually, food poisoning's quite sinister. Anyways, never mind. Just
Alright.
making jokes now.
So night will roll. I'm gonna assume you all at a point will head to bed. Unless there's last minute things you would like to do.
No, I don't think so. I think that's...
Alright. Then you all will head to sleep. Night will roll. And as the sun peaks over the horizon on the 9th day of your travel, this is where we're gonna end the session. Yeah. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you all next Wednesday.